Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Anissa Shafiqah binti Zailani and my matric number is TE19084. Today I will present report sheet lab 3. So, for the first question, from lab 2, our PCB layout, we need to attach our artwork that have been processed, which is PCB fabrication that we have turned to PDF file. So this is my members PCB layout, which is Akisha's one. And next is the upper one is my PCB layout, and the bottom one is Ain Farhana. Second, what is the UV exposure effect on the PCB substrate? So the effect of UV exposure on the PCB substrate will leave or print a layout effect on the dry film surface, and the process uses a machine called UV expose machine. So this is the UV expose machine at the bottom right. So lastly, explain what is the development process in this lab. Observe from the process what happened to the PCB after the process. So throughout the UV exposure operation, any unhardened area of the photoresist are removed during the development process. To remove the photoresist that has not been exposed to UV light, an alkaline solution containing sodium carbonate is utilized. As a consequence, the remaining photoresist on the PCB will only cover the second routing region. And lastly, following the developing procedure, the routing circuit on the PCB grows the darker due to the hardening of the photoresist that remains on the PCB and the elimination of all unhardened photoresist as demonstrated in the video. That's all for me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Farhana binti Mamaradwan. My matrix number is CE10038. Now, I would like to present our lab 3, which is the printed circuit board PCB fabrication process. Okay, in this lab, I do the question number 4 and number 5. For question number 4, what are the procedure of etching process? Observe from the process what happened to the PCB after the process. So in this etching process, there have a few procedure need to follow. Number 1 is to attach the PCB board to the PCB holder so that the PCB will not move while doing the etching process. After that, insert the PCB through the in label part of the machine. Then turn on all the switches on the control panel and press the start button as the settings have been set. This process usually takes about 2 minutes to process, and it's depending on the time we set with the concentration level of the liquid ferric chloride. The machine speed is usually adjusted at the level of 1.3 m per minute. Check if the PCB board is moved smoothly. And the last one is wait until the process ends and check the PCB if there has any unwanted copper layer. If any copper layer is found, repeat the etching process. Then once done, turn off the switches of the control panel. Okay, so this is for the first pictures before etching process, and the other side is the after etching process. Okay, from the observation, an etching machine is used to dissolve or eliminate extra copper PCB layer using chemical procedure utilizing liquid ferric chloride acid. Second, PCB etching is a critical step in the chemical processing of a subtractive printed circuit board. Third, it is the removal of copper from circuits in order to acquire the necessary circuit design. Fourth, all copper is removed during the PCB etching process with the exemptions of the circuitry, which is protected by the thin plating applied during the preceding treatment in PCB manufacture. And the last one is the freshly prepared circuit is ready for the next stage after the tin is stripped and the copper is clean. Okay, question for number 5 is how exactly to do the stripping process in this lab. So observe from the process what happened to the PCB after the process. Alright. In this stripping process, also have a few procedure that we need to follow. For the first is to place the PCB into the PCB holder. Second, insert the PCB holder into the stripper fluid and close the machines. Third, to start the stripping process, press the mode button. Depending on the pure concentration of the triple liquid, and the time should be set to 2 minutes. After the process is done, a buzzer will be sound to notice that the process is complete. And the last one is to remove the PCB holder and wash it in the machine's water container slot until it's clean. Check to see if any dry film is found on the PCB. Once the PCB is clean, proceed to the next step, which is the immersive plating procedure. Okay, this is the for the first picture before stripping process, and the other one is the after stripping process. Alright, for observation, a stripping machine is used to retrieve all of the dry film while also producing the necessary PCB layout with stripper liquid. Second, the copper on the PCB is either electroplated or tin coated after the etching process. Third, using a stripper solvent, the tin is removed. And fourth is the stripper solvent is the particularly effective at removing tin while leaving the copper circuit beneath the tin untouched. And the last one is as a result, the PCB has a clean copper outline, so the board is now prepared to proceed the next phase. Okay, thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Akil Salza bin Muhammad Amin. I'm from group number 1 and from section 9. So in this part of the video, I will tell you about the importance of the need to be aware of safety signs. So the primary importance is of displaying safety sign is to prevent injury and ensure staff and visitors are well aware of the possible danger and hazard ahead in certain situations. Without sign, many employee or student or lecturer will lack the necessary direction in time of crisis, and employer, student, and lecturer might find themselves in significant legal difficulty if any accident were to arise as a result. Second, to remain student at important juncture to be careful and remain aware. And last, instant visual communication of key safety measures. So in this context, the value of the safety sign lies the ability to communicate the most important safety measures in a way that visual, immediate, and precisely target. Safety sign feature clear pictographic illustration of the hazard. The highlighting accompanied by clear, simple text instruction and eye-catching visual design. So to make it obvious, at class when a student is entering a high-risk area or where there are actions they need to take in order to ensure the safety of themselves and others. Next, the importance of the use of personal protective equipment in safety and health context, especially related to chemical. Personal protective equipment (PPE) is equipment that will protect students against health or safety risks on the job. The purpose is to reduce employee exposure to hazard when engineering or administrative control are not feasible or effective to reduce this risk to acceptable level. So this hazard risk can be anything from wet floor to falling debris or everything in between. So first, protection is a high visibility closing. So everyone can see you. Second is eye and face protection. Eye and face protection are equally as important as head protection, such as safety goggles, spectator, and full face shield can give you the protection needed for the eyes and face. Next is hand protection. And last is respiratory protection. Respiratory protection is vital on site where toxic substances are present. Sometimes what you can see can help you. Respiratory protection like respirator or like masks are designed to protect you from dust, fume, and paint spray or pesticide and other dangerous substances that could cause permanent impairment. Next, in the workplace or lab, OSHA required that each container of hazardous chemical is labeled, tagged, or marked. The identifier of hazardous chemical or appropriate hazard warning, word, picture, and symbol must provide at least general information regarding the hazard of the chemical. So next question refer to the lab sheet is after watching the video, suppose have done the PCB fabrication process with reference to the lab sheet 2, PCB layout, 3D visualization. We must include a view of the PCB containing circuit tracks. That is a 3D visualization. So this is the top view of the 3D visualization. So this is a bottom view. So that's all of the part of me from me. Thank you very much.